Okay, you said you had a chief warrant officer by the name of Billy McMahon.
Yeah.
Okay, and he had a French girlfriend. Tell me about that.
Well, he had a French girlfriend, and she and her mother were both there in Esslingen.
Ah.
But he wanted to, they wanted to get married. But you had certain permission and everything that you had to get if he was going to be able to take him back to the States. And he had to go to Paris to get that, to the embassy to try to get these papers all straight. And he asked me if I would go with him. If he went there, would I go with him? Because he knew that I had been in Paris for living there for a little while. And I said sure, so we lined it up, and then told the colonel about it, and he said it was okay with him, but if we got caught, we were AWOL. He wouldn't be able to tell that he had given us permission to do this. So anyway, that's when we ended up taking off. That was still winter, and we had to go through all this forest area with snow and everything. I don't know how. Billy must have gotten some maps or something, but I don't know how in the world we would have known how to get to Paris from where we were. Yeah.
So, by the way, how long did you live in Paris? I mean, was it like half a year, or?
Seems like almost a year. I've never stopped to figure it out.
Okay, so y'all go through Germany, cross the French border. Were there any border crossing things?
Yeah, we got the border crossing, and there were French soldiers there, and a big gate down blocking getting
just
across
like you see in the
France.
movies.
And yeah, and so we was there, and Billy didn't speak French either. I didn't either. And but there was a lot of hand waving, trying to figure it out, and finally Billy pulled out a carton of cigarettes and handed it to him, and they waited and put the gate up and off we went to Paris.
Now, on here you say that Billy, is that McMahon? Okay, he fixed up some fake orders, and you were going to drive your car.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So why do you have to fix fake orders? Because even though...
Well, we didn't have authority to go to Paris or anything.
Your commanding officer just said, yeah, you can go, but...
Yeah, we had to have some kind of orders to show if we got stopped somewhere.
So, this was just before Christmas, 1945.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you were going to take your Mercedes-Benz coupe, but just before you left, the colonel told you to take his car?
Yeah. And he had a big Mercedes with big supercharged pipes coming out of each side of the engine and everything, and it had 2 gas tanks. One and then an auxiliary tank you switch over to. But that's what gave us the most trouble when we were away somewhere on that trip. We were getting low in gas, so we switched to the auxiliary tank, where that tank was up in the front just before the windshield there. And it started spraying gasoline out the top of the cap. And so we were covered in gasoline.
And this was a 12-cylinder Mercedes convertible.
Yeah.
But it was winter, so you didn't have the top down.
Oh, no.
But your windshield was covered with gasoline.
Gasoline.
But you finally were able to get to a gas station to...
Not a gas station. We came to a place where some unit was stationed some American unit. And so I was in France there, and we pulled in and we asked the guys about getting some gas, and they couldn't do that. But it was getting dark and everything, so they put us up, let us sleep there that night, and we ate there too. But in the morning, the car had been all gassed up and everything was ready to go.
Ah.
So we went on, but when we got to Paris, we were dirty and everything, and smelled the gasoline.
Okay. Okay, you took turns driving. Oh, okay. And then you were stopped by the French soldiers. Okay, you already said that. Okay, neither of you had shaved for 2 days. Yeah, you smelled like gasoline. So you drove to the home of the Noel family. So
Yeah.
I mean, you'd lived there for maybe almost a year, so you knew your way around
Yeah.
well.
And they lived right at the center of Paris, not right off the Champs-Elysees, not far from there.
Yeah. And their home was an apartment above their store.
Yeah.
And Madame Noel fixed you some food while you cleaned up. Now, what kind of store was it?
Chinese art objects, jade and all kinds of things like that. And before the war, before Germans took over, I guess at least, maybe after they took over, he would make regular trips to China and buy these objects.
Wow. So you get there, and there were big doors next to their place that opened into an inner courtyard.
Yeah.
So, and okay, tell me about that. You drive up.
Well, like I say, we were in a car that obviously didn't belong in Paris from all the markings and everything on it. I mean, it was, colored, army been painted and everything. And all of our vehicles that we had took over were painted army.
Oh, so even a big fancy 12-cylinder Mercedes like this, they painted it army color.
Yeah, they were painted army color. But then on the bumpers, of course, they had the stenciled what unit, detachment G23 or whatever it had to be. It was obviously something that didn't belong in Paris. But, so anyway, we took the car, I drove it on into this courtyard and parked it in there off the street. And then Madame Noel fixed something for us to eat and everything. We got a chance to clean up and everything. And then I took Billy, we just walked from there to the American Embassy.
And you wanted to keep the car hidden so that it wouldn't attract attention. And
Oh yeah, we wouldn't have been driving that around. And then we walked to the embassy, and of course I knew where that was, and I took him there. And he went in and got all of his papers and everything he had to have done.
so you got that all fixed up, and then you were able to get back out of Paris and France without any incidents. Nobody
Yeah.
tried to stop you or anything.
Yeah.
Now, how did you get through the border on the way back into Germany? Was there any problem there?
No,
That
I
went smoothly?
don't remember a thing happening in there. I guess it was the French soldiers. They didn't care if you were leaving France. They weren't.
And just about out of space on this, so we need to wrap this one up. Just one more thing here. You say you arrived back in Esslingen on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Wow. But you couldn't locate anyone in your unit?
No, wasn't anyone around.
So what did you think?
Well, we were trying to figure it out, and finally we decided, well, it must be at the lodge, so we went up to the lodge, and there, sure enough, big Christmas party was going on. And of course, they didn't expect us back, or in fact, they didn't know if we would even get back, I guess, but
So Colonel Taylor figured that y'all would probably get caught and charged with being AWOL.
yeah.
So, did they have Christmas lights up and all kinds of
I
decorations?
don't remember any Christmas lights or anything, but they had lots of food and everything, and champagne again.
A lot of beer, German beer.
No, we didn't not much beer. We didn't fool with beer.
Just-
You could get champagne by right telling them to get a case or something up here, but you didn't bother with beer. But then, what's the captain's name? I remember this captain, but anyway, he played the trumpet. He'd gotten a trumpet from somewhere, and he was playing the trumpet. And I've got a picture of him somewhere with that trumpet, I guess.
So,
He was the lawyer, I think, the legal officer.
okay, we have less than 6 minutes left to be able to record on this memory chip. So let's wrap it up with, okay, you say later the colonel decided that you needed some more R&R
Yeah,
and sent you to Switzerland on a ski trip.
yeah.
Why did he decide that you needed more R&R?
I mean, he was nice enough to he figured he would let me go.
So he sent you on a ski trip to the village of Zermatt near the famous alpine peak, the Matterhorn.
Right.
And you did some skiing there?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Oh yeah. Up in the mountains, up in there, no trees or anything like a lot of places you see where people ski and everything.
Yeah.
But this Alps and was high enough, it was way above ski line. I mean tree line. And somewhere in picture somewhere there, I have a picture of me on skis. Or you can't recognize me, but that's what it was, and showing going up.
Wow. So how long was that little vacation?
I think it was about a week down there.
Yeah.
And
So then you say the remainder of your service was pretty much routine until you got orders to return to the U.S. But did you have any other nice little R&R trips?
no.
That was the best one, the last one?
Going to the French Riviera was one, and then this Switzerland was the second one.
So how long after that was it? Well, okay, you say you got orders to return to the U.S. and boarded a troop ship at Bremerhaven and sailed on the 8th of June 1946. So after you, so you were there almost another half year after that.
Yeah.
Christmas. Okay. And you arrived back in New York on the 19th. And then you were separated from military on June 23rd, 1946 at Fort Dix, New Jersey. Okay.
At the same place I had left from. Fort Dix.
Okay. All right. We're about at the limit of the memory chip, so I'm going to stop it here.